So that's the fourth division. So we'll go on to Division 3, Marwick Heads. So we've got the Guildford Raptors at 154 against the Bonnyrigg Cheeseheads of 336.3. Our very own Port Cavic Porkers 226.49 against the Knockhold Knockouts 142. We've got the Bluetoon Texans 214 against the London Eagles 165. So their run of scoring 200 has well and truly disappeared over the last 2 weeks. The Dobos Darlow Diamonds 259 against the Birmingham Bears 249. That was a hell of a game. You got the Manchester Spinners 172 against the Darlington Dragons 182, but they got enough to win against that. The Norwich Mustard Men 176 against another Whipping Boys 167. The Laggersville Lemons. So
that was unlucky for the Birmingham Bears there, and it's a massive win for
you
Dobbo's
think
Darlow
one's got
Diamonds.
Taylor and one's got 18?
I think we've got to have a look at this and see how this went down, So let's go down it slowly. So quarterback,
the loser
there's where
lost.
it's been won. The quarterback that's won,
Yeah.
and that's so unlucky for Birmingham Bears because he's lost it in the quarterback position, and Dart obviously didn't play the last quarter and a half. You have to think of it the way he was going. If Dart had played that game out, he would have scored 10 more points quite comfortably.
Easy.
So
he was playing so well.
It really was. So yeah, that very unfortunate for the Birmingham Bears. But yeah, Matt Stafford 40 points. Absolutely flying. Devin Achan and Trevion Henderson, and a great start for him this week with Henderson there as well. So he's kind of went, JT, I scoff at your JT. You can stick your JT because I'll beat you in the max. And then, of course, losing Harrison there as well. Oh, no, he didn't lose Harrison. He didn't go out in the game, did he? He's just out this week. But yeah, so you can see it's a whole lot of greens when you see all the green numbers, and then when the red numbers pop up, they're kind of matching off. Well, he lost Wilson there. That was the one disappointment. But yeah, Dallas the Diamonds, great win. What have we got in the bench? Would the benches have made any more differences? That's
well, Kamara. Mayfield was only 3 points, 4 points different. So you're really.
You understand not playing Kamara the way he's been playing of late. It's he's just not. I dropped him and show me the money as well and gave Bam Knight a role just to see what happened. But yeah, that's I fully understand Kamara being on the bench. However, I would imagine that he'll be back in next week.
Yeah, 1 point for the kicker didn't help either, to be honest. There's Lamb on a bye. Kelsey on the bye.
Yeah, Kelsey on the bye as well. So he's got a couple of players coming back. Spears on the bye. But yeah, missing Lamb and to still score 249 points. Record of 6-4. I don't think Jack will be losing any sleep at the moment. But, it's certainly going to be a very big week this week for him, just to bounce back from that loss and get himself to 7-4.
Yeah,
I imagine this division's quite tight as well if we go and have a wee look at how the division's sitting.
2 8-2s.
No, it's not as tight as I thought it was. No, this one's quite open actually. Yeah, Darlington Dragons and our very own Kelly. I mean, he's flying this year. Hats off to him. He's doing really well this year. Up there at 8-2, and will absolutely have his eye on getting automatic promotion. To Division 2, which is a big one to get into. So. But yeah, they're tight in behind the Bonnyrigg Cheeseheads and the Norwich Mustard Men. They'll very much have their eyes on the top two in automatic promotion as well. Whereas Birmingham Bears and Darlow Diamonds, they're kind of looking over their shoulder and just trying to confirm their playoff place and their shot at promotion. Guildford Raptors and Knockhill Knockouts, they're chasing them down, and it's 4 teams playing for kind of. Two spots. The 6 and 4s could get above the 7 and 3s, but I'm not convinced the 5 and 5s can get above the 7 and 3s. That's the point, So that's how I'm kind of putting them in their own wee bracket. And then I think from 9th down, it's all about staying in the division, So getting into the consolations and making sure that you stay up and you don't go down, And I mean, the London Eagles even down there at 1-9, So there's the regular season's over. They will be in the consolation playoffs, but they've been scoring a lot. They've been scoring a lot of points with. They've been scoring a lot of 200 plus games, So in the consolations, that's going to give you the wins that you require to stay in the division, So lot to play for in the season still. Same with Laggersville Lemons. It's all about just staying up now.
Definitely. Let's see who they've got this week then. Ooh, Cavite against the Bonnyrigg Cheeseheads.
Big game in the top there with Cavite Pokers and the Bonnyrigg Cheeseheads. You know, it's I mean, Pork's there, but if they loses to the Bonnyrigg Cheesehead, the difference between automatic promotion and having to get through the playoffs to get there is huge. You know, so big game for them there, and big game for Chris as well to try and overtake them. You know, and get that spot over them.
He's the highest scoring team in the league against the lowest scoring team in the top six. So. But then he might have got them at the right week looking at that. It's 220 to 206. Pretty close. Then you got the Bluetoon Texans against the Guildford Raptors. So the Raptors definitely don't want to lose that one. The Birmingham Bears are up against the Not Cold Knockouts, but I think the Birmingham Bears will be without Jonathan Taylor.
Yes, they will. They will.
Yeah. But they're still looking strong, even with a 48-point start for Not Cold Knockouts. Manchester Spinners against the London Eagles. So that's just a game that doesn't matter for anybody. Well,
the thing about those two playing, see the thing about Manchester Spinners and London Eagles playing each other, it's a good thing from a neutral point of view. It's a good thing from our point of view, because it means that all those teams that are chasing the playoff spots are playing each other, you know, because the two ones down the bottom are playing each other, so that means that the rest must be playing each other too. So it's a good thing for us. Afternoon, Danny, how are you?
I'll be a wee while before I get to your division. But yeah, that's the thing. Obviously, I've got at the moment, the Darlington Dragons are on a 7-game win streak. Bonnyrigg and the Norwich Mustard Men are on a 3-game. Obviously, the London Eagles are on a 9-game losing streak, and the Manchester Spinners are on a 6-game losing streak. So
the difference between the biggest losing streak and the second biggest biggest win streak and the second biggest win streak, that's massive difference, you know.
Right.
So yeah, Darlington Dragons are making their march to the second division with room to spare, that's for sure. And up against Lagersville Lemons this week, that's they're effectively going to be 9-2, and well, that's them there. Welcome to Division 2, Darlington Dragons.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Especially with their scoring. Obviously, Dobos are up against the Norwich Mustard Men.
And that's a massive game in itself for both teams, but for different reasons, you know, in the sense that Norwich Mustard Men got to have their eye on that top 2, you know, so be looking to win this game to get there. Darlow's Diamonds, they don't want to be dragged into the playoff hunt. They don't want to be looking over their shoulder. They win this and they're tied up with the Norwich Mustard Men, maybe getting away from first and second, then get away a little bit, but they'll not care about that. They'll just be making sure to get their playoff spot first and foremost, you know.
Well, it's got its team set anyway, so it's going to be a good one. Obviously, it's got 38.
I mean, it started with starting with Henderson's always a great start, you know, and he's thrown the Michael Wilson dice there, Johnny, you know. So as I say, it's not a bad dice to throw in my eyes. It's certainly Brissett's looked like he's getting plenty enough yardage through the air, you know, and someone's got to catch him this week. It ain't going to be Harrison, so McBride obviously number 1, but Wilson will be right there. You know, I appreciate rolling that dice this
and
week.
The 49ers defense is decimated, so
absolutely,
they can throw the ball against them. So I know you are, Danny. We'll get to that one at the time. Streak or street? They're losing street. Is that your new address? 5 losing street.
It's hard, you know, but that's the thing. It does get contagious. It's horrible, you know, once you start into that losing streak, and it's, you know, you can hit it with 230 points, but the other guy gets 238, and it just it seems to kick it off, you know, and you end up just going like that. And every week you get a wee bit worse, and you know, it's and before you know it, you've lost 5 in a row, and you're looking, going, how the hell did that just happen?
Yeah, well, that's in our home league. I lost the first 3, won the next 5, lost the last 2.
Yeah,
and I lost by 5 last week.
But that's the thing as well, Danny. See when you snap that losing streak, you'll find that the next week you'll win the next week, and then you'll win the week after, you know, and then you'll think that you get. It's just the way this game goes. For some reason, it's you know, they come in groups. They don't come in one. They don't tend to come in ones. They come in groups.
You know, I've got to have a look at this, see if they've set their teams, because it's going to be a cracker, this one. I'll be keeping an eye
Well, I
on
mean,
it
this is,
anyway.
as I say, this is a big game in terms of, I always say getting from the third division into the second division is a major step forward. It's a major step up, So it's a big one for both these teams because the automatic promotion is in sight,
But that's it. The main aim
And
is just to
it's,
stay up for Danny.
well, that's my aim now as well, as we'll see when we get there. But yeah, I mean, McBride and Jackson. I mean, getting Lamar Jackson back's huge for Pork. It can maybe drop the 500 quarterbacks he's got on his bench now. But
He's only got
getting
two
him
now. He's
back's
only
been
got one on the
huge.
bench.
There's you only get Prescott on the bench now. He has dropped to some already. Well done, sir.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Bonnie Rig Cheeseheads as well. Jamie McCarthy's actually looked, without going mental,
Crazy.
he's looked capable enough, and he's got a lot of learning still to do. So plenty of room for manoeuvre there, and got to play him with Jones out, And is Brock going to be back? Is Brock playing?
Well, he's not got a questionable next to him, so he must be playing. What's it saying?
And he's got Barkley on his bench here as
No, he
well.
will
So
start. Brock is playing on
Puppy's
Sunday.
going to start. So then he'll probably end up putting Brock in over JJ. I'd imagine he'll put in, but he's surely got to put Barkley in the team.
Yeah.
That's not going to be someone who's sitting on the bench. So yeah, it's going to be a close game. I mean, he's got Cook and McCaffrey there with Barkley too. That's a great running back room for Chris.
Scary
So
one.
the winner will make himself favourite.
Team in the 11th division.
Yeah, as I say, the winners should make themselves kind of favourites for automatic promotion, and I wish them both well.
Yeah, because it is a tough one. Because obviously those two there, Darlington Dragons, should win their one against the Whipping Boys.
Yeah,
so
Darlington Dragons. I'm kind of putting Darlington
win.
Dragons in the playoffs already. I've got in the second division already. I've got to say. I mean, I know he's got to see it out and he's got to get it over the line. But it's a 9-game win streak for goodness sake, and he's playing a 2-8 team this week. So that 9 wins with 3 games to go. I just don't see that. I don't see that not being in the top 2. It's Bonnie Rig Cheeseheads, Norwich Mustard Men. We both need to get on. They would need to win 3 out of the last 4 in order to beat in at 9 games. So yeah, I like Darlington Dragons' chances.
If the Norwich Mustard Men do win and Bonnie beat Cavite will be down to 4th because of the points scored.
It's a big jump, isn't it?
And Birmingham
it's a big
Bears
jump. So yeah, that
could be 1 game behind them, so they could end up down at. Yeah, they're going to have a bit of a scary. They should be okay because they're 3 ahead, but there's no way they're going to lose all 4. So
I mean they're 3 ahead before they play. Yeah,
they should be.
There's no way. I can't imagine any of the 5-5 teams, any of the 5-5 teams winning all 4 games in the run-in. They're going to lose one along the way. I mean, Guildford Raptors are up against Bluetown Texans at 3-7, so you have to think that they're looking at that, thinking we need to win that game. They said they absolutely have to win that game. Not started well though, by the looks of it. The projections.
Yeah, but Bluetown are playing Pacheco.
Yeah, I mean, well, Pacheco's meant to be back this week, I believe, so he should be playing. But who did he get his 9 points from?
The kicker.
Who did he get his 9 points from?
Borrego.
Oh, he got the Patriots kicker. That's a pass. That's par. That's par for the course. 9 points from the kicker. That's fine. So I mean, yeah, but he's got to win this week. It's and the same with knockouts. They've got to win if they've got any chances of getting in. They need to win this week and keep themselves in touch. Especially knockouts playing against one of the 6 and 4 teams, the Birmingham Bears. That's massive for them.
Definitely. So good luck, everybody. I hope Port does get through because he sort of scored last year because he got relegated, but because of people dropping out, he got back into doing it.
So, and
he's taken full force of it. And he did have a good draft this year.
It's the way it happens all the time, It's you see the lucky loser on tennis, often running through and getting all the way to the semis and the finals and tournaments and stuff. So yeah, absolutely, you take what you're given and you try and take advantage of it. And Kelly's doing exactly that this year because he's been flying and he's still up there and he's got a very good shout at winning automatic promotion. But as I say, it's a big week this week. He's got to win this week.
And if he doesn't, he could put down the fact that he lost to his mate rather badly.
I can't imagine that was deliberate.
I hope not, but yeah, because that'd be a bit of a sore one. But yeah, they're doing absolutely amazing, which is better than what I'm doing, better what you're doing. So